cracking YouTube? Back with another video. It's Friday, Valentine's Day weekend. I just want to let y'all know how you get a wife. You know what I'm saying? That, you can pull a hoe, but how do you pull a wife? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I'm gonna let you know, man. First off, you got to be attacking life by its throat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you was attacking somebody and you was just me, you know what I'm saying? Just pop, 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 pop. Just beating them up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start at the head and work your way down. So that's what you wanna do. Whenever you attacking a predator, you wanna start at the head and work your way down. Kinda like you wanna attack life. You know what I'm saying? First off, it's gonna come with the money. It's gonna come with you first. You gotta attack you. You gotta defeat you. You gotta defeat the world. You gotta defeat the mental thoughts that you carry in your head. You gotta attack and this could be how to attract a husband too. No homo. But you know what I'm saying? You women got to understand that you also gotta attack them demons that's in your mind from that past relationship that you went through, and understand the simple fact that, okay, that was toxic. So what I need to do with this new relationship is completely different than what I did with that one. So that's what you also need to understand. You also need to understand that every action don't need a reaction. So sometimes you just gonna have to walk your ass away from people and get the hell on out of the room. Because if not, it's gonna be a bad scene. So you gotta think, you gotta use your brain really. See, life is really a mental game. The moment that you attack the mental game, you start to achieve more achievements. You start to move completely different than everybody else. Your navigation is completely different. So while everybody's at that roadblock right there with that mental thought of, oh, I just hate that person, you gotta let that go. You gotta get rid of that hate and that envy and that jealousy in your spirit, compared to, oh, well, they got a wife, they got a husband, or I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get past that. The moment that you get past that, you can start to achieve more achievements, like having a great heart and having a understanding of, my time's coming. And the moment that you realize your time's coming is the moment that you're going to be more humble and more appreciative of the steps that you take to acquire whatever badge that you're trying to get. Maybe it be that wife, maybe it be that husband, ladies. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you want in life. And in that moment, you're going to start to think of, okay, if I want to be somebody's husband, what am I going to do? How am I going to move? Am I gonna snake my friend behind his back and try to be with this girl? You know what I'm saying? Or ladies, are you gonna try to snake your friend for that man that you view as husband material? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or like, how are you gonna do it? Or are you gonna go out and vet your own women and understand that, okay, this woman got to respect me first. Before we do anything else, she needs to follow my plan. She needs to understand my grind. She needs to see my vision. And if not, then I need to coach her and let her know, okay, this is what I want to do in my life. If she's not following that, then you need to cut her off and find somebody else. Because obviously she's not riding with you. She's not understanding the flow of the market between you and your grind and what you need to do and what you don't need to do. And you don't need to be taking her out on all these dates. You need to be figuring out what you want to do with your life. You don't need to be, okay, well, she want a kid, so you don't need to be having no kids right now. You need to be understanding the simple fact that you need to acquire badges before you get a kid, before you do anything else, before you decide to take your life and, you know what I'm saying, run over here and mess with these girls without a condom and they not wife material. And that's one thing that I think a lot of us really lack in nowadays, is a simple fact of, you got to have dick discipline, man. That's one thing that we really need to understand as men, because we often attack life and, you know what I'm saying, yeah, we want to be with all these women, but we don't understand the simple fact that, okay, what comes with that? You know what I'm saying? A baby comes with that. That's years of income that you're going to have to acquire in order to have a kid. That's years of, you know what I'm saying, every day you're going to have to show up for that kid. Also, not only yourself, but that kid. And it's just a difference between, you know, you just out here running around in the clubs and you smashing all these women and you know what I'm saying, you're not using a condom. You're going to have 5 kids at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? You're not understanding that a wife don't want that. Any woman that is wife material, she don't want you having more kids than she has, because she wants those kids with the man that is of value to have those kids with, and not a man that made mistakes on the way up trying to find his wife. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that we really need to understand as people. And women, y'all also got to understand that just because you want the value, sometimes y'all women be too combative. Y'all gotta let that man go and grind and do what he gotta do in order to feed the family. And what you'll realize is, okay, you know what? Maybe this man actually know what the hell he's talking about. Maybe he actually has some value in his mind. Maybe he actually has some thoughts that actually can push y'all ahead and make y'all better in life. But you know what? That's just something for another day. But I think that a lot of times we just automatically go with what we've been doing. Okay, my mama was like this because my dad didn't clean the kitchen or do the dishes, so let me do the same thing. No. We in a new generation. So, you know what I'm saying? One thing you really need to understand is this. You want a feminine woman. Women, you want a masculine man. You want that man to go and take on the world for you to stay at home and be on your ass and watching the kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he wants you to work, but maybe that you need to be in a submissive role, women, and he needs to be in a masculine role. He needs to understand that he needs to attack life. Like, he needs to be somebody that needs to get up off his ass. He got to have some fire up under his ass to go get the money every day. And women, you need to have the feminine side to where you can allow him to go do what he needs to do and still, you know, trust him to be that man that you know him to be. And I think if we did that the world would be a whole lot better place for us to live in, and you know, the relationships would be so much more healthy because the masculine is protecting the feminine, and the feminine is, you know, submissive to the masculine. But that's what I want to tell y'all, man. That's today's video. And if you like my video, like and subscribe. Peace out. Happy Valentine's Day.